Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today is an extremely important update, so make sure you press that like button and make sure you check out the Bybit competition. The reason I am telling you guys this is because if you join today, you get $70 for early bird bonus, and it's a team competition, which basically means we can all bundle together and hopefully earn some rewards together. The bigger the team, the more we win, or the bigger chance we have to win big. Make sure you join, a link is down below, and the rest, it'll show itself, alright? Right now we have a team of only me, but as you guys most likely join in, we have a very good shot at winning some significant amount of money where you don't necessarily actually have to participate too much to be eligible. So make sure you check it out. And a reply to some of the criticism of earlier today, many people asked me whether or not they should buy XRP. And a lot of people were skeptical that I told people I am buying the dip. Now, guys, whenever I say that I am buying the dip, it does not mean that you have to buy. Then again, whenever I'm buying, I think it's a good decision. So if you disagree with that, that's completely fine, but I think it's a good idea, and I will do it every single time that I think it's a good idea. Like right now, I don't mind buying some. $1.13, good, add to my portfolio. Okay, $1.15, good, add to my portfolio. $1.12, all right, also fine. That's my mindset. That's my own. That's the way I like it. However, there's so much stuff going on right now, it's insane. Really, it is. And I want you guys to comment down below, and listen carefully, if you think that the way that the lawsuit is going right now is a setup. The reason I'm telling you guys or asking you guys that is because of this little video from Digital Asset Investor that I saw. And it's basically a video of BitBoy screaming why the entire situation of right now with the ceiling, for example, and the recent Slack communications where they are basically putting all the blame all of a sudden on the marketing team is because they want to put some emphasis that Ripple, in the end of things, marketed it as a security at some points. Boom, they get slapped with a $20, $50, $100 million fine, who cares? But they're all in it because, well, they want to come to a sort of settlement in the end of things. What he means with that, most likely, is that all that we're seeing is just a facade. And from a certain perspective, I do agree, where I'm sometimes thinking Ripple had so many chances to just go on for a slam dunk and they didn't do it completely. They did a good job, but not completely. And right now, with the motions to seal being exactly the opposite way around, I also don't really get that part. And also the fact, of course, that the SEC is all of a sudden changing the narrative when Ripple should now really bring up as much as they can to keep the old original narrative of what do they charge us with, what are they claiming, is that true, yes or no. They can find some new smaller parts which they can like, but that's not the original complaint, that's not the original question at hand. Yet the way it's looking right now, Ripple's trying to also play in basically to that little newer narrative, and I'm not sure exactly why they would do that. Maybe it's a necessity, of course, in the lawsuit, and in that realm. Once more, I'm not a lawyer, but some guys saying here, nah, not buying what you're selling. Makes sense to me. The SEC is getting ripped. A new one left, right, and center. They want an out, which makes them look like the winners. And he's saying, fun fact, that nobody's telling people this. He's the only person telling us that. Now, that's freaking dumb. Once more, even though I like the guy, don't get me wrong, guys. I like the guy. I like BitBoy. I think his grind is very successful. He's literally one of the biggest guys out there, if not the biggest. So I like the grind, I like the guy. His info is very much sold out. He basically sold his soul to the freaking, I don't know, content demons or whatever to make sure he's successful without having, proper, how do you say it? Proper morale behind it. I was looking for a different word, ethical stance, whatever. All right, so Ripple condemns the SEC's demand for employee Slack messages in ongoing court case. And we've already noticed the only big reason that they want these communications, the SEC, is to actually put on top of Ripple that they marketed XRP as a security and not necessarily because of anything else. And of course, Ripple doesn't want to give that, yet with the combined efforts of, not giving them on time, not recognizing all the papers, and the fact that it's so ridiculously much info, and the fact that the SEC might want to use it for some other purpose, like depositions that are upcoming still, it's a difficult one. Because if it was just one point where the SEC says, hey, we want all that info, even though it's going to take you 12, 15 weeks to get it all. We want that info because we know it's going to be important. We can use this for a fact. They're just saying, nah, we think we might find something in there which we can use. And the thing is, they haven't really fully admitted yet that they want to focus on marketing efforts, but they most likely will. As John Deaton stated, why for any other reason would they keep mentioning the fact that the marketing team is involved when, theoretically speaking, the way that XRP was created or the way that it is operated doesn't matter anything with the marketing team, right? Unless they want to put some pressure on that, which I accept. And then again, the question that should pop up in our minds is that a play though? Is that Ripple recognizing that and playing into it? Or is it just the SEC who's taking a new narrative, a new direction, and the SEC and Ripple just kind of playing along until they can find some newer kind of hook to dig into or something like that? I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I can't really figure it out. I really can't. Moving on, because we have so much stuff. This is how XRP traders can long this pattern. Yeah, a lot of people ask me that too. Dusty, do you provide trading signals? Dusty, how do I trade? Dusty, how do So I have a couple of things over on Patreon, if you're wondering. It's $10 to join, by the way. My portfolio is on there. A couple of guides are on there. Not too new, but they're on there. I, for example, yesterday gave a little small guide on BITRUE, how to go for a little inverse perpetual and a normal perpetual, and a little pancake swap thing. Now, having said that, if you're wondering when I trade, I will not tell you. Why? Because I try to show you as often as I can that I'm just buying, but ultimately it's because I don't believe in a lot of the trading setups that people have. Are they successful? Most likely so, but the majority of YouTubers and people who put that stuff on, they're not really real with you, all right? And I told you guys before, I want to stay 100% real with everything that I do. So whenever I can, I will tell you guys my strategy up front here in the YouTube videos. And for example, right now, I told you all, I just bought another 1,000 XRP extra to my long position. Is it that much? No, maybe not. It's about $6,600 worth, or 8,000 XRP. And you might say that that's smart. You might say that that's dumb. You might say that that's not a lot of money. You might say that you could have done that. Whatever. But at least I show it, right? I show it on the YouTube videos. There's a log of everything that I do here. And we are basically in this position together, just enjoying our time and most likely making a lot of profit. And I personally think that a lot of these bounces, which we're witnessing right now, can, and most likely in my own opinion, should just be bought. Like, for example, a couple of, is it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, for example, when I was making that video, most likely somewhere throughout the midday somewhere, when I was buying for the first time, when I recorded my first video, it was most likely around one of these areas, right? Because this is 3 p.m. for me. This starts at 3 p.m. Yeah. So I most likely already recorded 1 or 2 videos once it was in this area. And again, people might say, oh, that's so good. You caught it at the bottom because you knew. No, to be honest with you, I didn't necessarily know that that was going to be a bottom. What I told you all was on a daily perspective, I think. Yeah, we hit that area. And I told you all, I think we're going to come down from here. And I was waiting for kind of a green chem to start forming. And once I saw that things were kind of looking beautiful again, that it wasn't kind of dumping, I think it went lower and then higher up again. Once it was kind of picking itself back up, I decided to buy a little bit, purely because I thought, you know what, we're most likely going to come back up at one point or another. And I still believe that every dollar I spend right now will be worth more dollars in the future. So once more, it's just a simple little calculation for me right there. I don't believe in this pattern specifically either. You might like it. You know, there's a channel downwards. Again, you're going to kind of trend in that channel. But since there's also a zone of interest, let's call it like that here, kind of a demand zone where people are going to, still want to buy a lot of XRP within that area. That's an area where usually the price kind of spikes from, or at least kind of makes some interesting moves from. Well, yeah, because those two things collide in that area, we might get another bounce from there up to the channel high. It's possible. Not necessary, but it's definitely possible. And in the same way, people also say that Bitcoin is still the determining factor. I think so. I think for right now, for the majority of the parts, Bitcoin is still the decider. However, a couple of days here, XRP has moved completely on its own, which kind of discredits that theory. And the fact, once more, my own opinion, that XRP has this whole entire narrative of a lawsuit that they can win, where the price can pump from. Is putting it in a little bit of a different bracket. But apparently the Bitcoin bubble index is heavily hinting that another Bitcoin price local peak will come this year. Once more, this is not the only person, this is not one of the only thousands of persons who said it. There's thousands upon hundreds of thousands maybe of people who think that Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high this year. And even the stock to flow model, right, said that we're going to get another huge peak this year of above 100,000, I think even. Yeah. So personally, I'm not too worried that Bitcoin and crypto are going to be going up. The only problem I have is, should I buy more like instantly, or should I just go on with my strategy of just buying piece by piece almost every single day. And I'm thinking that that is the best area for me though. All right, but we have so much more stuff to talk about, but I'll talk about it a little bit later because I have a completely different story to attach to it. I'll let you know though, guys, I don't know if the price is going to go up or down from here, right? You guys keep saying, oh, you're useless if you don't know. I don't. What I will do, however, is take measures to make sure that I'm always good whatever direction it goes to, that I'm always making profit whatever direction it goes to, and that we are solid in the future. And that is something which I can't explain to you guys. It is just by buying the dip and staying consequent with it whilst believing in the thing which you're buying. If you don't believe in it, it's not smart to buy the dip. I've had a couple of times that I've lost some Bitcoin because I literally just bought the dip on something which was useless and I didn't really believe in it. I had a bot at the time. You guys remember that little story of mine where I bought some altcoin? I don't want to say the name because it hurts me too much. And my bot, my automated trading software, was just buying the dip every single time. But we're talking the beginning of 2018, I think. So once the market was kind of turning around a little bit, it's just kept them buying, and all of a sudden there was 1.04 or so Bitcoin locked up in it, and all of a sudden that coin became completely worthless. I had to throw one Bitcoin out the window. Pain. All right, guys, but that was it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the Bybit WSOT World Series of Trading Competition. Link is down below because it's a team one. You also have a solo one if you are more into that type of stuff. But if you sign up today, extra bonus, make sure you check it out. Link is down below.